Feel more scared that he'll say, does he know how the time drove her away? Sailing on board, there she goes, there she stands up for everything she chose.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on board. Hi there. Say hi. Let's do the sound check and picture check. Can you see me well? Can you hear me well? Yes or no? Should I fix anything or everything's working fine? Hey. Can you see Anna? Can you hear Anna? Are you ready to hear Anna, to hear me out, right? Are you ready to hear me out? Okay, great, awesome, amazing. I feel like a webinar queen this week, to be honest. I've been doing webinars and live streams pretty much every day this week, and I'm so lucky. I didn't have any technical issues. Well, hopefully, not even today. Not even today. We're not going to have any technical issues. Yeah, so welcome everyone. I am excited to offer you this hour of learning. Not exactly English, but learning about things in English, which is also practice in English, right? Today, I would like to share with you, first of all, our recent updates that we rolled out at English for IT. And to be honest, I looked at the date when we did it, and we did it literally like end of the year, like for like last days of 2022, and I was like thinking, yeah, this is what you get when you have to achieve something, right? You don't care about what day it is or what time of the year it is. You just go for it and do it and work. Yeah. So today I'm going to share one of my passions recently, right? To share with you one of my passions recently. We're going to speak about Web3. And so today we're going to have educational webinar for our community, for English for IT community, and also for the guests who are not part of our community. Feel free to join, right? We have a community here on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. You know how to do it, right? You make the red button gray, right? We also have a community on Telegram, so be my guest, join my community on Telegram. That's it at ENG4IT, right? And we have probably the biggest community is on our Instagram. On Instagram, it's at English _, by the way, for those of you who are learning English, right, and you don't know how to pronounce these like tricky, I don't know, symbols, right? Not tricky, but just symbols, because you don't have to say it too often. For example, it's _, yeah, English _for_IT on Instagram. Yeah, whichever platform you like the most, feel free to check it out and join our community, or just check out the website, English for as a number, it.online. online, yeah, because we are doing teaching online here. Alrighty, amazing, amazing. Now I would like to, first of all, feel free to say hi in the chat, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions. I will try to answer the questions as we go, but you know, I will also we will also have time at the end of our webinar for me to answer your questions. But please feel free to ask questions whenever you have it in your head, so that you don't forget about it, right? All right, I'm ready to start, and right away I would like to tell you what we're going to talk about today. Agenda. So we're going to talk about Web3. What is Web3? I'm going to talk about, well, if there is Web3, you could probably guess that there is Web 1 and Web 2. So we'll talk about the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. We're going to talk about key terminology, key Web 3 terms. We're going to talk about how English for IT is leveraging, right? Leveraging, using how we're using Web3 to our advantage. And I will tell you about our recent rollout, our recent project, Web3 project. It's blockchain verified certificates. So I will tell you how we build it, why we build it, and what benefits you get with these certificates. And we get as a company, right? As an education technology company, what benefit we gained from it, and what benefit you as our students, for example, or future students, or alumni, technically, right? Alumni, when you complete the course, you get a certificate of completion or certificate of excellence. That's how we call it. And I will tell you about the benefits. So today, technically, if you know nothing about Web3, it's going to be a lot of useful information. If you know something about it, let's talk. I'm encouraging you to ask questions if you already know something about Web3, and even if you don't know anything about it, feel free to ask questions. It's always better to learn something when you have a conversation. So let's make this webinar a two-way street, right? I'm going to share things, but you ask questions and make comments. Before I get started, right? I want you to let me know in the comments. Do you know what Web3 is? Like 3 questions I have for you. So let me know in the comments. Do you know what Web3 is? If you know something, tell me how much you know. Like, are you a beginner or maybe intermediate in this space? Also, I want to know if you have a crypto wallet, or if you actually know anything about crypto wallet. Like, you know about crypto wallet, but you don't have it. Let me know in the comments. Please comment in English, so that if you are learning English, you can also practice, okay? Let's make, like I said, let's make it useful in different ways. And also, I want you to tell me if you know anything about NFTs and what they are. Please let me know in the comments. Let's chat. Like I said, let's make it, a two-way street. Okay, bad girl is a beginner. Great. Yes, but a beginner. Good. Anyone else? Please share in the comments. I can read your comments. I can see your comments very well. But Dame doesn't know anything about Web3. Okay. Probably wants to know. Okay. Please drop your answers in the chat. I want to see the majority. Yeah, like what's the majority of what does the majority of the audience know about this topic and about this space? Okay, I believe that a lot of people know things about NFTs, because it's like last year, I feel like last year and the year before, 2021, 2021 was like super it was the year of NFTs, right? And you probably, even if you don't have any NFTs, you heard about it, right? You heard about an NFT, or maybe what it is, about these pictures, and everyone wanted to do it. And I think in 2022 people were still into that thing. Okay, so we have mixed crowd. Amazing. Sounds good. Well, let's get the ball rolling, and let me dive into sharing more about Web3. So what how people typically describe Web3. They talk about Web3 as the new generation of the internet, of the web. Yeah. And technically, when we talk about Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3, this is technically all these new generations of the internet. I believe that before, like in the past, we didn't use this terminology because, you know, it wasn't there weren't so many iterations of the internet, right? Now it's like kind of like this third stage. That's why we started using the terminology like Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what Web 1 is and what Web 2 and 3 are. So technically, when we talk about Web 1, this is you know, the beginning of the internet era. Right, if you look at my picture, you can see the first illustration here, and you see that here information goes to a person, right? So Web 1 was the first internet, right? The first, you know, the first things you could do online. And what were they? They were very static things, right? So you could pull up a website, get some information from a website, right? So like it was all free, like information was coming your way. So you could read it, right? But there was no interaction technically. So that was like the very, very first. You and I, we don't remember that. I definitely don't remember that part. I mean, kind of remember that part probably, but yeah, doesn't matter. So it was just like information was very static, right? There wasn't any interaction online between people. You couldn't exchange information. You could only receive it, right? You could only receive information from a website, but you couldn't interact with it. You couldn't like share it, or you couldn't post anything. You couldn't reshare it and things like that. And when I talk about share it, reshare it, post, you probably start, you know, understand, like it sounds familiar, right? When you say, I want to share something or I want to post something, what do we talk about here? That's technically transition from Web 1 to Web 2, and why we started differentiating Web 1 and Web 2, because in Web 2 we were able now to share information, to exchange information, right? And this was made possible thanks to what? Thanks to social media, right? So on social media, we can now exchange information with other people, not only with one person, but with many people, right? And this is how the internet started transforming, right? And that's why we came to the Web 2 stage, to the Web 2 era. So yeah, so technically social media era, this is when Facebook was created, like Snapchat, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. That's the Web 2 era. This is when information can technically be exchanged with like among people, right? You can exchange it with other people. You can share it, reshare it, post, like whatever. You can do anything. The only thing that you can't do really is you don't like own what you create on social media. For example, you know, I'm a social media influencer, and on Instagram, when I create my content, it doesn't, like, I don't own it. So for example, I have my Instagram account where I teach English, right? It's English with English on Instagram, and also on TikTok, the same. And English for IT, you know, Instagram and TikTok, the same. We create content there. However, we post it, we share it with the world. However, we don't have the rights. Like we don't own this content, because, you know, if Facebook or Instagram decide, Meta, right? If Meta decides to go out of business, or like, you know, shut down, if it's shut down, you know, it's all going to disappear. And technically, you know, for example, when you have an Instagram page and let's say you lose your page because it got blocked or something, like, I don't know, something happened, you have no access to your data. Yeah, because like you don't own it, like it belongs to a corporation. That's the fact. That's the sad fact about Web 2. And that's technically why, and like that's technically why Web 3 was created, you know, because like people started thinking like, okay, we create all this like data, like we generate all this content, like, but we have no rights, we have no ownership. Yeah, we are not owners of this content. So what do we do here? And that's how Web3 got created. And that's this part of the internet, this is stage of the internet where people actually own what they create online, right? So that's what it is. And let me just flip through the slides here. Yeah. So Web 1, let's recap what I just said. Web 1 is, welcome to Microsoft World Wide Web server, right? So this is a static website, very little interactivity, right? And the era for Web 1 was before Christ, before social media, BSM, before social media era. Now then we have Web 2, where it's a dynamic websites and apps, right? A lot of engagement and interactivity. But of course, this space, like I said, the space is dominated by big players, Google, Facebook, Twitter, and they all own our data. Yeah, they all own our data, our passwords, our like information, all the information that we have, they own it. Yeah, we don't own it. That's why it's there's so much scamming going on. And the era of social media, of course, in 2005 to present day, it's still happening. And Web3 is exists parallel to Web 2. I'm not saying that we now live in the Web 3 world. We are just starting to live in the Web 3 world. I mean, some people are, and I'm very excited that you want to, to follow the trends and to learn something new, because a lot of people believe, and I also a firm believer that it's going to be the future, and the sooner you start learning about it, the more advantage you're going to have in the world, the more opportunities you're going to have in the world. Because I'm a firm believer that if you know more, you're always ahead of the curve, technically. So let's compare Web 2 and Web 3, since we said that they are happening now at the same time. So Web 2 is centralized. Web 2 is centralized. What does it mean? Centralized, it means that there is one center that owns everything. So big companies, like I said, they own data. That's why we call Web 2 centralized. Web 3, like I said, Web 3, people got tired that they don't own their data, information, content that they create. They wanted to create a decentralized internet. Decentralized internet, this is when you as a user own your data. So for example, there is a social media platform, there is a Web3 social media platform, and let me share the link with you. That's a good question. Yeah, I see some of you in the chat. You guys are asking about examples of Web3. Yeah, so there is a social media platform that is built on that is built in Web3. It's called Lens Protocol, right? And for example, if I come to this platform as a content creator, and I start creating my, let's say, videos, just like on YouTube, for example, my videos, or I will write posts, text. I will create text content. I will create video content, or audio content. This is technically, this, I will own it. It will not disappear anywhere. It doesn't belong to any company. It doesn't belong to Lens Protocol company, for example, as a social media platform, as a Web3 social media platform. They don't own my data, because my data is available on a public blockchain, right? So that's technically how it works. And that's why we decided English for IT to build a platform that would issue certificates of completion to our students on blockchain, because no one can fake it. No one can fake this a piece of document. No one can, I don't know, transfer it. Yeah, no one can claim ownership. Once it is issued to you, you are the owner of this document, and nothing can happen with this document unless you decide, like, even if you decide like to, I don't know, delete it, you won't be able to, because it is stored, it is recorded on blockchain. So it's not possible to remove it, delete it, like for example it's possible to do with Google. Like when Google removes a certain information that they don't want to be, well, which is technically illegal, but they're like, we're not going to talk about these cases, right? So another interesting thing, if we compare Web 2 and Web 3, well, first is centralization, right? Web 2 is centralized, Web 3 is decentralized. Web 2 requires you to enter your email for authentication. So for example, when you, again, want to register, let's continue with the example of social media, right? If you want to create an Instagram account, for example, you need what? You need to use your phone number or your email address, right? Create a password, and then you create an account. You authenticate on this platform. In Web 3, you don't need to share your email with anyone or your phone number or create any password. Web 3 requires you to have a crypto wallet that you will use for authentication. So technically, again, if you go ahead to the website, to Lens Protocol website, lens.xyz. In order to enter the platform, in order to create your account there, you need to connect your wallet, your crypto wallet. And again, depending on which blockchain was used to build a certain project, you will need to, again, use a specific, network for that, or a specific wallet, crypto wallet, because wallets can be different. And I will talk a little bit today about wallets as well. Some wallets are built for, specific blockchains in specific tokens, right? For example, MetaMask is an Ethereum wallet, so it will work perfectly with all the Ethereum blockchains. And I don't know, Phantom wallet is what, Solana, as far as I remember. Yeah, so it might be different, or you will have like token agnostic wallet, for example, as well. So that's what it is. So technically, instead of email, you use your crypto wallet for authentication. And technically, crypto wallet, it allows you to create your identity in Web3, right? Because like if you want to log in to some platform, you will have to use that. And when you ask me here, here's a good question I want to address. Let's do it this way. Give us examples of Web3. Yeah, so I hope with the example with social media was more or less clear. I want to give you another example of Web3. Do you guys, by the way, do you read my articles on Medium? Medium.com. It's a blogging platform. It's like, traditional blogging when you actually write articles. I'm not talking about blogging, Instagram, like videos. This is like a traditional blogging where you write articles. So this is my Medium blog. So I can, again, create my account there on Medium, and I can write articles. I mean, this is what I do. I write articles and I post on Medium. Other people can like these articles, reshare these articles, etc. But then again, my articles, yes, I'm the author of the article. But then again, if Medium decides to shut down, well, that's all. All my work will disappear, right? And like, of course, I will have my text somewhere in my, somewhere in my notebooks and on my laptop, but not online like I used to have them. Well, there is, so technically pretty much not any, but this is where we're going. So the products that you have now in Web 2 can be, and this is what people are doing, can be transformed to exist in Web 3. So for example, in Web 3, there is a similar platform that is called Mirror. And it is a blogging platform in Sorry, let me share the link with you. In Web3. So technically, again, what is the difference between these two platforms? Okay, it's Mirror XYZ. By the way, guys, if you see a website that finishes with XYZ, it's a Web3 company. XYZ, it's a Web3 domain. Yeah, so for example, Mirror, it's a Web3 medium. Yeah, it's a Web3 blogging platform. So what is the difference? I like I told you, on Medium, if you want to start writing on Medium, you have to create your account using your email. On Mirror, you don't need an email to create your account. In order to create your account, you need your crypto wallet. And you connect with your crypto wallet. If you go to the website, for example, I mean, you can save it and check it out later. But also, guys, after the webinar, I will share all these useful links that we are talking about, that I talk about in the description to the video. So, like, if you don't worry, you're not going to lose anything. If you think that you're going to lose anything, you're not going to lose anything. So, if you go to mirror.xyz, you will see the button there right away. Connect wallet. Connect wallet means that nobody's going to take your money. It's just for authentication. It means that you authenticate yourself. You identify yourself as a user of this product. Because it's called crypto wallet, everyone thinks it's only for money, like it's only to buy, sell, I don't know, transfer crypto. No, it's actually in Web3, the primary usage is authentication. It's like your email technically. That is why if you want to break into Web3, the first thing to do is to create a crypto wallet. So this is important, right? So technically, after you authenticate yourself on mirror.xyz with your crypto wallet, you're in. You can start writing. And today I will share with you an article about what we created at English for IT on Mirror. You will be able to experience Web3. So hopefully I answered your question about the examples of Web3. This is an example. Like, this is a proper example of Web3, a blogging platform that is built on blockchain, and all the data that is created on this platform belongs to the creator. Yeah, or I don't know, you can also, I don't know if you can, buy this data or transfer this data on Miro, but yeah, so that's how it happens. And actually, the way it works through NFTs. And I will tell you what NFTs are as well in a minute. And just a spoiler, NFTs don't have to be JPEGs only. Okay, a lot of people think about NFT as like, only JPEGs. They always believe that NFTs can be like JPEGs. But the thing is that NFTs doesn't have to be pictures. It's a technology behind it. The thing is that technology has a lot of opportunities there, NFT technology itself, but the way people use it, that's a different that's a whole different story, because you see, like, the immediate usage of NFTs turned out to be this like art. That's why we talk about, and we think about NFT as pictures, but not exactly. They don't have to be those pictures only. All right. Let's talk about people in Web3. Like, who are these people in Web3, and why they are so passionate about Web3, because I want to share with you my personal story. I started learning about Web3 not a long time ago, and look at me, where the journey actually took me. I can tell you that I started diving into Web3. I made a serious decision that I want to learn more. It was a year ago. So technically, look where I could get myself to in just 12 months, right? So I started from zero, and then in 12 months, I have a Web3 project. I have built a Web3 project. So technically, it's really fast. Like, it's really fascinating, and like you can learn it quickly. And this is what happens from what I can tell in my community, in my Web3 community here in Miami. Yeah, guys, by the way, I didn't really introduce myself at the very beginning, thinking that we all know each other. Right. I am originally from Ukraine, now living in Miami. I'm here, like, part of the Web3 community, and actually a community builder, Web3 community builder in Miami. And I pretty much know a lot of people who came to Web3 knowing nothing, didn't even have technical background, like quite a few of you do have some technical background. People come into Web3 without, like, not being coders, or they're just curious to learn about this technology. And it usually takes 6 months to wrap your head around Web3, to kind of understand and figure out how it works and what you want to do later there. So technically, if you want to learn more about this new technology and see and discover some opportunities for you in Web3, give yourself 6 months and learn things from other people. Find the community where you can learn things from, who you can learn things from. Read something, watch videos. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of free information online. But of course, the best is when you find a community, because Web3 is all about the community. That's how you learn the fastest. And I think thanks to my community here in Miami, I was able to learn a lot. And the fact that I was, very enthusiastic. I was like trying to do different projects so that I can learn, first of all. Later, it brought me to a place where I was like, okay, I want to have blockchain verified certificates for English for IT, because back then we just had, like, PDF certificates that we are creating manually, just like paper. I mean, digital PDF, yeah, but like they were created manually, and they didn't have credibility, that much credibility as blockchain verified certificates give you. So yeah, find, if you want to learn about Web3, find a community, find your Web3 community, because your Web3 community is going to be a combination of people like you who are beginners and people who already builders, like me, for example. And I can share with you, like, having this webinar, for example, right? I can share with you what Web3 is, and you will be like, okay, now I learned something new. I want to learn more, and you make it easier. Yeah, find your community. For example, if you are in Miami, definitely join the Chain Miami community. Just follow us on Instagram or Twitter. It's the Chain Miami. This is a go-to resource for your Web3 journey. Yeah, so the Chain Miami, for people who are in Miami. Yeah, so you will find out, about useful educational resources and events, etc. If you are not in Miami, just Google what communities you have in your city. Web3 is developing really quickly, so I'm pretty sure there is a community in your city. And yeah, usually Web3 communities are on Discord or on Telegram as well. Yeah, so if you don't have a Telegram, it's time to get one. If you don't have Discord, probably check it out. It will be a good idea to get one as well. And another thing is that, yeah, like I said, people in Web3 are passionate about the fact that you can own your data, and you can share your data, and you have all the records on blockchain. Yeah, and technically it's all transparent. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be transparent, right? So Web3 is about the community, like I said, right? And now Web3, for a lot of people, it's a side gig. It's like a side thing. It's a thing that they do. However, people still have to figure out how to monetize this thing, But Web3 is amazing, because Web3 opens up so many opportunities even now already. And especially I like it that Web3 is Web3 really welcomes non-technical professionals as well. Because I feel like every time when people think about IT, when the people think about tech industry in general, they think that they have to be coders. Yeah, they have to be developers. They have to know how to code. They have to be technical. Not all of us are technical, right? Not all of us are technical. Look at me. I'm non-technical. Yes, I can build a website. I taught myself to build a website back in the day just to understand how the tech industry works and what the tech people do so that I can create better content for them. That's what I did back in the day when I just started working with the tech companies in 2012, I guess, right? And I decided that I wanna learn just to understand the tech professionals better. But the tech industry is not only about tech jobs. And if there is someone now watching this video who wants to break into tech or break into Web3, you don't have to be technical. You don't have to be a coder. Web3, for example, offers an amazing opportunity for people who are not coders, but who have amazing communication skills and people skills, aka soft skills. Yeah, this is something that I also teach as part of my some of my courses. Communication skills and people skills, meaning if you really like working with people, if you have organizational skills, right? If you like to organize events, or you like to build communities, you like to be supportive, this is your opportunity. Yeah, community builder, community manager, community builder, community manager, it's a new trending jobs in Web3. And like I said, you don't have to be technical, you don't have to be coding, you don't have to be like creating NFTs or anything. You just have to, again, have a high level of people skills, and of course desire to learn. And it doesn't matter how old you are, to be honest, because a lot of people, I think, also restrict themselves, like have some age restrictions. Yeah, Web3 is a very, very young industry. Like the majority of people in Web3 are Gen Zs, right? So like very young people, like 20 years old or even younger. But it doesn't mean that if you're 40 years old, you can't break into this space. You can totally do this, Or, for example, becoming a smart contract developer, right? A smart contract developer, I'm pretty sure you can learn how to do it. Yeah, you will have to learn coding, but I know like people who didn't do coding before, and then they decided to to learn smart contract development for blockchain, and of course they had to learn some coding, programming languages, but it's a different space. That is why community is a big thing. And you see Danny here, I like this, he said bullish on MFS. It's a bad word, mother something, if you didn't guess it. Bullish on people, like he says, like great people who want to make Web3 a full-time job. Yeah, because technically what he means and what we're talking about here, that Web3 for a lot of people is not a full-time job, but it's amazing. I love it, and I agree with him. I'm bullish on that as well. Bullish, it means that I believe in this, like, supportive, it will work, I'm bullish on this as well, because if you don't try new things, if you don't learn new things early, like I said at the beginning of our conversation today, you miss on the opportunity to have more opportunities, like to be better than the most of the world. And and like I said, if now you have time, like resources to break into Web3, investigate it, learn more from it. That's why I'm actually quite excited that English for IT is offering, so to speak, onboarding into Web3. Because look, we are a language school. You come to us, so you come to us, you want to improve your English and communication skills. But when you complete the course, I'm going to tell you, hey, it's time for you to get your blockchain verified certificate. And you're like, what's blockchain? Oh my God. Imagine you paid for your English course, but you are getting more. You are getting the knowledge that you would typically have to pay extra for, because this is learning about blockchain. Like right now, I'm doing this webinar not about irregular verbs and grammar tenses in English. I'm doing this webinar on Web3. So I'm teaching you about new technology, something that you would have to do either on your own or go to a different school. So here I'm telling you, here is a blockchain certificate for you. And you're like, oh, what's blockchain? Okay, so we had started a conversation. You started learning more about blockchain. And then I'm like, okay, so in order to receive your certificate, you have to have a crypto wallet and share your crypto wallets, your MetaMask wallet address with me. And you're like, oh, I don't have a crypto wallet. Or you have a crypto wallet, but you only use your crypto wallet to exchange currencies. For example, I'm pretty sure there are people now watching this webinar who have used crypto wallet to exchange currencies, right? To sell, to buy, sell, I don't know, to pay for something. And you're like, okay, that's interesting. So you learned a new use case for crypto wallet. If you don't have a crypto wallet, hello, I'm Anna. I will teach you what a crypto wallet is, and I will help you to get one. Because in every course now that I have, I edit an educational video, aka tutorial, about what a crypto wallet is and how to get one. And while watching my 10-minute video, it's a short video, while watching this 10-minute video, you are creating a wallet step by step together with me, following all the instructions. So technically 10 minutes, wallet is done, address is shared, certificate is in your wallet, and on OpenSea website as well. So technically, this is what happens. This is what I love about our new blockchain certificates, that not only they are, credible now, they are verifiable, no one can fake them. But another thing is that you, as a user, you learn more than you even expected to learn. Yeah. And you learn things that are, trending, things that are new, things that are not many people know. So like, you have this information, you know more, it's always better to know. What do you think? You're very quiet. Everyone's very quiet today. Alrighty. Okay, so here I wanted to touch on must-know Web3 terms. Well, first of all, very basic terms that you can see here on the screen. And GM, things that you will see in text and on Twitter. By the way, guys, if you want to break into Web3, and if you want to learn about Web3 on the daily basis, make sure you create a Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter account yet, get a Twitter account. All the Web3 world is on Twitter, not on LinkedIn. Well, on Instagram as well. There are some accounts on Instagram. By the way, if you follow me on Instagram, I sometimes repost and share these accounts. So feel free to follow them right away. This is my Insta on the screen, English_, my personal account. And yeah, so technically, Twitter is the place to learn things. For example, when I was preparing for today's presentation, this is from Twitter. This is a tweet, and I will share the link, the direct link in the comments as well to this. I mean, not in the comments, but to the description to this video. But yeah, on Twitter, for example, when you see like letters like GM means good morning, GN, good night, friend is a friend. IRL, in real life, as opposed to URL, it's like in online life, right? GMI, gonna make it. Yeah, so these are like terms popular in the Web3 community, and they are typically, they're typically related to NFTs and crypto. When you launch a project like NFT project, and you don't know if you're going to make it or not, if it's going to be successful or not going to be successful. That's what you say. GMI, going to make it, and GMI, not going to make it. WAGMI, we are all gonna make it. Yeah, like if you want to be supportive for your community, and everyone's worried, like, did we make a good decision paying so much money for this NFT or something like that? And that's how you're being supportive. Sir, a polite way of disagreeing with someone. And when you see, like, because, like I said, because Web3 is a super young people populated space, the words, like, the words are changed, some like new words are being created, some letters are missing, and that's how people communicate. So like I said, if you follow this account, you will find a lot of this, because people in Web3, they do write about Web3 using this language. But it's fun. It's very fun. Actually, I wanted to share with you the link to this thread where you can find more examples of Web3 terminology. Let me share the link with you so that you can have it right away and don't wait for me to update the video afterwards. Okay. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There's you go. And yep, over here. Okay, moving on. And another term is blockchain, of course. Like I said the word blockchain so many times today, but what blockchain really is? Yeah, it's a record of digital transactions. And so technically in Web2, in Web2, we build databases to manage and store data, right? So for example, I have an e-learning platform where I host my courses and also information about students who take these courses. And in order to store this information, I had to build a database to manage and to store this data, like your emails, your results of the tests, your success rates and other information, your answers to my tasks, etc., etc. And Web3 app uses many public blockchain platforms, for example, such as Ethereum, and it is all stored on different machines, and they, talk to each other. That is why you don't need to create that database, and that's why data does not belong to anyone, because it is distributed across blockchain. NFT is a non-fungible token, which technically means that it is a unique digital asset, right? And when you create an NFT, it is registered on blockchain and it can be easily verified. This is what happens with our certificates, right? When we create a certificate, it is recorded on the blockchain and it can be easily verified, right? So blockchain, NFTs, it's not only about pictures, right? It can be about other things as well. It just, people are still trying to figure out different use cases for NFT technology. But non-fungible NFTs stands for non-NFT, yeah, non-fungible token, which means that it is unique, it is irreplaceable, you cannot exchange it. Like, for example, Bitcoin, you can exchange it. You can exchange it. I can give you a Bitcoin, you can give me Ethereum or any other token or USDT or like a dollar. Yeah, like I have a dollar, I can exchange it with you if you have, for example, I don't know, Ukrainian hryvnia, right? So we can exchange it. So this is fungible. NFT is non-fungible. For example, if you receive a certificate from English for IT, you cannot exchange it for anything else, for a picture, let's say, for another NFT, right? You can transfer, like not English for IT certificate, but you can transfer an NFT to another person, like to, for example, you can gifted, but not exchange it for anything else. Crypto wallet, we already talked about crypto wallet today. But like I said, we use it for authentication. I gave an example of MetaMask. This is what we technically recommend our students use when minting their certificates. Now, to mint means to create an NFT. So when we create a certificate, this is the term that we use, mint a certificate, which means create a certificate, create an NFT certificate, right? So that's another popular Web3 term, yeah, to mint something. Well, I'm ready here to. Oh yeah, Web3 is being built right now. Like I said at the very beginning, it's just the beginning for it. That's why a lot of things some things, not a lot of things. Some things work, some things don't. And it's totally fine. I get it, people build things and they test, hypotheses, that they test their ideas, which is fine, which is great. Because if people don't do anything, we're not gonna progress in anything, right? That is why it's amazing that people are building things right now. But we never know whether, you never know whether your project is going to be successful or it's going to fail. But even if it fails, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. That is why, if you are building in Web3 or you are planning to build in Web3, you have to be ready. Anything can happen. When I was building the platform with blockchain certificates, I didn't know whether it's going to work. I was like, okay, people might like it, people might not want it, but I was pleasantly surprised that our English for IT community was excited about this innovation. And even a lot of people, of course, still don't have crypto wallets, but people are excited to get ones and to test this new technology. That is why that's what's happening in Web3 world right now. And technically, and another, people on Twitter talking about, all this, giving shout outs to other people who have actually started building in Web3, and because it's important. Yeah, that is why I'm encouraging you at least to get a crypto wallet so that you can start testing out, blockchain projects and blockchain technologies. And that's technically your opportunity to start interacting with Web3 apps, decentralized apps. By the way, there is a term for decentralized app, for Web3 app. It's called DApp, decentralized app. New term was created, is DApp. So here, this is the blockchain certificate. This is English for IT blockchain certificate that we are giving to our. Hello. I think we had a problem on the line. Hello. Let me know if you can see me and hear me, because I got disconnected. Please let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear me. Hi again. All right, awesome. Okay, you're here. Yeah, awesome, great. I don't know, something happened when I was just sharing with you the most interesting moment here. I was showing you a certificate, a blockchain certificate that we have issued for one of our students from South America here. And you can see the certificate here. And I was just telling you that there is a website where you can check out all the certificates that we have issued so far, all the blockchain certificates that we have issued so far. And yeah, and also I was saying that you can also find these certificates on OpenSea. OpenSea, by the way, guys, OpenSea is a very, like, you see, so technically when we talk about Web3, things that exist now in Web2, they will be transitioning to Web3. And you know, everyone knows Amazon, right? Or I don't know, what's the other one, eBay, right? Like any other marketplaces where you can buy and sell things, you know, like you can come to the platform, to this marketplace as a seller and sell things, and you can buy, you can come there as a buyer and buy things. So in Web3 in Web3 there is a marketplace for Web3 products like NFTs, for example. It's called OpenSea. Again, OpenSea is a decentralized platform, which means that anything that is created on OpenSea is not going anywhere. It's going to be stored there, and it's public, you know, and you own it as a creator. So you can also find certificates, our certificates there. So it's all like public, it's all verifiable, it's all very easy to check. So why we decided to go with blockchain certification? Like I told you at the beginning of our conversation today, that I wanted, first of all, to offer a legitimate solution to our students. Like I didn't want to use no technology. Yeah. So technically when giving PDF certificates, it's technically me taking a piece of paper, creating things, like writing things down and giving it to you. How can you verify, or how can your employer later verify that this certificate was given by English for IT? You could have easily created this certificate yourself. No? What's that? Technically, that's the problem. Oh, I see that you guys are having. Can let me know if you're having problems here on the line. I don't see any problems here, but if you can see me okay and hear me okay, we will continue. Yeah, just 5 more minutes here. Yeah, so technically it's security. You cannot lose your certificate. It's always there. The certificate will always be available on OpenSea. Yeah, it's always there. It's recorded. The information is recorded on blockchain. The value to your employers. Yeah, you receive a certificate that is blockchain verified. The employer, like you for example, you apply for a new job, and your employer sees that you have a verifiable certificate. You didn't create it yourself. Yeah. Another thing, you can easily share your certificate with the community. For example, share it on LinkedIn or share it on Twitter and let the world know about your achievements. And yeah, so no third parties. Another reason why I wanted to create this platform in-house specifically, because I was of course searching. I was searching on the market what other platform. First, you know, to be honest, I wanted to use a third-party solution. I was like, you know, I'm an entrepreneur, so to build something from scratch is more difficult than to use an API or a third-party solution, right? So as an entrepreneur, as a business person, I, of course, searched for third-party solution, the platform that already built, you know, that offer certification on blockchain. But to be honest, for what I needed, I didn't find anything that would fit, like match my needs, yeah? And that's why serendipity, that's my favorite word, serendipity, you know, serendipity, this is It's hard to explain, to be honest. Serendipity, this is when you do a series of events that eventually bring you to a point where you desire, where you want to be. Yeah. So I was like having meetings with these salespeople about these blockchain certificates, third-party solutions, and finally, like telling people what I want. We were discussing with the team, and finally, serendipity connected me with the blockchain developer who got excited about my idea, and he was like, Anna, I want to help you. I worked with this developer on doing a charity project for Ukraine, NFT charity project to support Ukraine when the war started. So I joined their team later in the summer, and we kind of like kept in touch. And that's actually what we did. We built together the blockchain verified NFT certificates, because the technology that is used behind the blockchain verified certificate is an NFT. And I am encouraging you to read about the whole journey. And also, if you are a technical, it will be very interesting for you to read more about the technology that we used and behind it and how we used it. Read the article that our developer wrote, Simono, and here's the article. He wrote it on mirror.xyz, a blockchain blogging platform. You can also test out this platform, connect with your wallet, for example, and and technically, here's in this article, you will read all the details, how the platform was built, what we used, what type of NFT technology we used for it, and and why we did it. So as of right now, like I said, how it happens and how you should think about it. So technically, when we issue you a blockchain verified certificate after you complete the course, the information about this is uploaded to OpenSea. And it can be verified by anyone, because OpenSea is this marketplace, again, built on blockchain, decentralized, and no one can change any data there. Also, your certificate is not transferable. It means that, for example, with NFTs, I can send you my NFT as a gift, for example, or I can sell you my NFT. You send me the money, I send you the NFT. With our certificates are not transferable. They are built as sole NFTs. This is a special type of NFT that is not transferable. So technically, if you receive an NFT, you cannot transfer it to another wallet. But you can easily and instantly share it to your LinkedIn profile or Twitter profile. You can also add it to your CV as an image, because you can save it to your computer as an image. So technically, you can also have an image just like you had it before. That's how it all happens. That's how we operate. This brings me to the end of my discussion here. I would like to hear from you, to hear any questions or comments or concerns. And my other question was, while you're thinking of your questions about crypto wallets, like I said, I have the video, a video tutorial, how to create a MetaMask. I'm going to upload the video to our YouTube channel here and make it public. So feel free to use my tutorial while learning English, create your MetaMask wallet. So that when you're ready to come on board to start learning with English for IT, when it's time for you to receive your certificate, you already know what to do. You have your crypto wallet, you can just connect and see your certificate over there. So let me know if you would like to receive that video lesson about the MetaMask wallet, how to receive a crypto wallet, how to get a crypto wallet. And are you interested? Tell me some takeaways from this session. What are your takeaways? Okay. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. Oksana says, thank you so much for useful information. Thank you so much for your time, for sharing your time with me. Guys, to be honest, I can tell you that the most, the thing that I value the most is your time. You know, when you give me hour of your 1 hour of your life, you spend this 1 hour with me, it is such an honor because I'm honored. I'm truly honored because the most important asset in our lives is time. And if you decide to spend this time with me, and if you find, the time that you spend with me useful, I'm so I'm on cloud nine. Oksana says you inspire a lot. Thank you so much. You guys inspire me when you come and watch my streams. I was a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I didn't know how it would go in terms of it's not like a typical English learning webinar that I do. It's not about English at all. It's about teaching you about new technology. So I didn't know how it would go. I talk about these things here in Miami IRL, in real life, yeah, but I haven't done webinars like this before to our community. So I'm excited it went well. It seems like it went well. Alina says, thanks for interesting information. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. I don't know how to read your name, but do you use AI for creating your content? I use only AI to generate my pictures at this point. But I was actually thinking about using AI not for creating content. I have another idea to leverage AI for our platform, for our e-learning platform. It's more of a mentor support. Thank you so much for your meeting. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so the question is using AI for language, for creating content. You mean using GPT chat for creating content? Well, yeah, I created one of the posts that I posted using GPT chat. Yeah, but it's a good alternative to have, to be honest. You have to be careful with this. I prefer to write my own posts and create my own content because this way it will be unique and it has my energy. This is also important. A question out of scope of the topic. Do you know the creator of the Lunch Club platform who promoted it? I don't know this person personally, so no. Feel free to introduce me. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I would love to see you again. And of course, I would love to issue you our blockchain verified certificates. So till the next time, a friendly reminder for English for IT community, we have such webinars every month. So if you become part of our English for IT community, if you take our courses, you will have access to such webinars. This webinar is open to public, but usually we have these webinars only open to our private community. So I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you next month for another topic, for another webinar. Till the next time, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.